Hey everyone, welcome to Storytime with Spidey. It's me, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and let's shed a little bit more light on this situation, shall we? There, that's better. After all, I'm your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, not your dark and gloomy Spider-Man. Which brings me to something that I want to talk about today. I'm taking a break from the book of 5-Minute Marvels because I want to talk to you about something that's very important to me, and that is understanding. I'm going to talk to you about the time that I met this guy, Superman. I know it sounds strange, like he usually doesn't appear in my stories and he's never in my movies, but there were a couple of times that we actually met up. One time, we actually teamed up against this dude, Dr. Doom. The name says it all. There was a time that we fought together against Venom, because he really shouldn't have needed my help, but he didn't know Venom like I do, so I was actually able to back him up and help take old Eddie down. Eddie was just on a rampage that day. But the first time that we met, things did not go very smoothly. Neither of us made good decisions in that. See, what happened was my enemy, Doc Ock, and Superman's enemy, Lex Luthor, were working together to see what little nastiness they could come up with working side by side. And Lex built a Superman robot. The robot looked exactly like the real one, like you couldn't tell from looking that it wasn't him. And when I saw it, it was attacking Mary Jane. It attacked Lois and Mary Jane at the same time. And so I jumped into my suit and went to look into the situation. At the same time, Superman, who also saw it, the real Superman saw the robot, and did the same thing. When we saw each other, neither of us tried to understand what was going on. We just jumped into fight mode. See, I thought the real Superman had attacked my girl, and so I was angry at him, and I didn't think it through and think about the fact that Superman is a good guy, which I know now. He's a very good guy. He's a very nice guy. We have gotten along great, and he would never do that. And he didn't know anything about me. Now, you know that I am your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I'm one of the good guys. I run with the Avengers. I fight the bad. I save the day. But Superman had not gotten that memo. Apparently, he believed the things that Jameson writes about me in the Daily Bugle about how I'm just as bad as the people I fight against. And so, instead of intelligently trying to solve the problem, we fought. And it was crazy. Now, another thing I didn't know at the time was that old Lex, because he thought it would be funny, zapped me with a ray of red sunlight. Now see, on Superman's homeworld Krypton, the sun is red, not yellow like the one we have. And under a red sun, he'd have no powers. He'd just be a regular, ordinary guy. It's the yellow sun that actually gives him his strength and everything else. And with me having red sunlight in my body, I was actually able to hit him and hurt him. Now, it didn't take his strength away, but it did kind of give me an advantage. It also kept the fight going. But eventually it wore off. And then when I hit him, it hurt my hand. I almost broke it. And it also gave him time, once it wore off, to think about the situation. And when he looked at it logically, he realized we both jumped to a conclusion. I mean, we both just looked at the situation and acted instead of thinking. This happens to a lot of people, I'm afraid, where we don't try to understand the other person's side because we can only think about what we're feeling right then. And it's a very dangerous thing to do. Truth be told, that fight between me and Superman could have ended in me being a squashed spider if he had not stopped to think. It's a good thing that he did. And when we talked it out, we realized we were on the same side. And as we were on the same side, We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be taking care of Lex and Ak, which is what we did. And a lot of times, you will find that the people that you're arguing with are really on the same side as you, if you listen. That's the thing we have to learn to do. Don't be so quick to think that you know that other person's side just because they have seen different things than you, they've experienced different things than you. Talk to them. Try to understand why they think the way they think, why they're doing the things that they're doing. Sometimes a simple conversation can avoid a whole mountain of problems. Now, I had to learn that the hard way. It's another way that with great power comes great responsibility. If I just jump into a situation without thinking, I could end up making the wrong move, and innocent people could get hurt. If you jump into a situation without thinking, it could mean the same thing. It could very well mean that you get hurt. It could mean that you lose a friend. It could mean that you make an enemy where you didn't need to. And it's very important that we try to understand each other. Not be so quick to say, well, since you don't think like I do, you're wrong. Maybe you're the one who's wrong. Maybe you just need to know a little bit more. That is a lesson that we can all benefit from, I think. And that's really all I wanted to talk about today. I'll be back soon to spin another web of knowledge for my lovely fans. And so, remember, when you go out, wear a mask. It's the right thing to do. So until next time, Excelsior!
Just like flies, look out! Here comes the Spider-Man. Is he strong? Listen, bud. He's got radioactive.